Hey Sunshine, so I just got your picture and received the notice that tomorrow, super early, you're going in for your surgery. I love the picture, and boy, those bags look like so much fun in the sense that they make you smile, they make you laugh, and they just bring your spirits up, which is the exact reason I think the Holy Spirit sent those to me, because I don't actively shop for those kind of bags, but they were placed in my route, which makes perfect sense. Well, I have some challenging news for you about my father's condition. He was put into a medically induced coma yesterday as a result of his seizures. Today, they are saying that they're going to get him off those medicines because his seizures have gone away. The nurse, my mom asked, how does he look overall? And the nurse very bluntly said, and honestly, he's a very sick man. We know that, I know that, and my mom is just holding on to every bit of hope and inspiration that his situation can be turned around. His blood sugar numbers are still out of whack, even as they pump a bunch of insulin in him. And we're just hoping that the bleeding or the blood that's on his brain starts to dissipate and he can get over this one. But when a nurse in ICU tells you he's a very sick man, that is a big message saying, don't have too much hope that these drivers here in San Antonio are crazy. This person is doing, I'm on the slow lane, as you know how I drive like an old man, literally driving at about 65 miles per hour in the slow lane. I'm thinking, there's another lane you can drive. Like, come on. Oh my God. Incredible. Anyway, sorry about that. So, nurses, in my opinion, if they have any glimmer of hope, they will offer that to you and say, you know, this is looking good, or historically, this has been a positive development. But when they say he's a very sick man, when you're asking for a very honest valuation, I think that's the way it should be. And I told my mom and my brother via text, I had to come to the office today. My father's asleep under that medicine, sedation. I told them 2 weeks ago, my father told my youngest daughter, I want all of you to take care of Nana. I want you to be there for her. I mean, he told me that he had told his, he told my nephew, Carlos Solis, that he was going to be my mom's protector. This is the young man who is trying to find his place in life. The young man who was going to go to the Navy. So, where I'm going with this is that people know when the Lord is calling you home. They just know it. And what they do is they do things like he'd been preparing and helping me structure some things in terms of house expenses that I'm funding by getting my name on certain things. And I started assuming direct payments for Google at my daughter's house and other insurance related expenses. So instead of it being paid out of one pool, I'm paying it separately just to reduce because this fund essentially pays for property taxes for two properties. And I contribute to this fund and then they cut checks. And it was a great way to get my father engaged and involved. I loved it because, you know, he was helping us all out, and that is fantastic for me. But he was aware, hey, I'm going to be passing this work along to you all, and in summary, this is a transition. We're all in transition, right? The question is, when does the Lord call you in? And I am just trying to be as realistic as possible in saying we have work to do, right? And the work is to support our mother, grandmother through this phase of life. I just loathe the idea of my father suffering because of his diabetes, partial kidney failure, blood on his brain, platelets not being absorbed properly, losing platelets, and just seeing his body completely bruised because he doesn't have the red cells, the platelets to mend. He can't mend properly, and that's just not a way to live. And I told my kids, I don't want to live, I don't want to go out that way. You know, we're alive. Many seniors are alive at 80 to 82 because of the technology. Let's face it, it's a very big part of life. So I just wanted to check in with you. God bless you. You're going to have an amazing surgery tomorrow. I'm so happy for you. This is going to be a new life change that will bring you the relief that you have been needing for years. And I'm going to tell you something. I remember when we were hanging out and you were really struggling on Houston Street that first time you visited San Antonio, we met. And I could see how mentally and physically challenging this was for you. So may that be history, never to be repeated. This is a new phase in your life, and God willing, open many, many, many new doors. All right, Sunshine, sending you big love, sending you a big hug, lots of love. Love you, take care, and I can't wait for you to see these videos. I haven't been overwhelming you via text or DMs because I know you have so much stuff going on, but I thought, well, this will be a great way to give you some stories in your recovery where you're not going to be very mobile. I'm not laughing, but you know what I mean, right? So you can finally see these videos in a calm and rested place as you recover. That's where I'm going with that, okay? Take care. Ciao, ciao.